I know the person because the person is very good at what he's doing. I said, your problem is not about your work. Your problem is about people. So you need to learn how to handle people. Not to handle your work. Your work is fine.
Yep.
For whatever reason they don't want to listen, that is a totally different story. So some people want an answer to a problem, but they are not looking at the right direction in the context of an industry. Okay. So my name is Link Zafri. You can search on Google. We have Google now. You can also link to me on LinkedIn, Link Zafri. There's only one person, right? And I'm representing actually a Women in Governance and Technology Association of Malaysia. I'm one of the advisors for the Internal Governance Secretariat. Briefly, because WIGTA is the only NGO, not only women NGO, that acquire the Corporate Integrity System certificate. I'm glad to speak to all of you. It's something that people, do not realize, take for granted. Okay, while we are talking about direct problems with eye-related problems, I'm going to talk about, hold on. I'm going to talk about prevention of blindness at work. Where are we now in Malaysia? Let's not talk about United States. Let's not talk about United Kingdom because they are far ahead of us. Alright. Did you know that 1 out of 10, especially in the construction industry, are exposed to risk of getting blind? 1 out of 10. That is very big number. 1 out of 10. It could be your family, it could be your dad, it could be your mom, it could be your brother or sister. Alright? And did you also know that last year only 10% of the reported industrial accident involving eye injury or partial or permanent blindness. This goes unreported. This is only a tip of an iceberg, according to what I get from Sokso, right? What I get from Dosh. This is only tip of an iceberg. Okay? Why is this happening? Number one is because maybe someone do not want to lose their job. So they keep it to themselves that I'm having some eye-related problem. And yet you are working as a welder, as a fitter, which is very dangerous, right? Very dangerous. Some also realize the problem after their contract is ended. After the construction is completed, only then they realize they are having some problem, eye-related problems, right? Of course, welders and fitters, the welders doing welding and fitting, are the most prone to the risk of eye-related problems, right? Why? There you can see quite a number of standards and codes of practice on personal protective equipment, especially goggles. But there is no standard, at least in Malaysia, that address those already having eye-related problem but have to wear goggles for fitting and welding work. They already have a problem, but they do not tell the employer, and they're wearing the wrong goggle because they need extra eye protection. Why is the secrecy? I do not know. But there is a problem in the system. We do not blame people, we blame the system.
You don't mind
The
sitting
system
here?
needs to be improved. Okay. You all have medical checkups, initial medical checkup before going to work, especially we in the construction industry, it is a must, right? But this checkup, the eyes are not properly being examined, or not at all, right? So there appear to be a separate system between the eye examination and the type of personal protective equipment that should be worn at site, especially on the fitters and welders. So in the human resource department or occupational health and safety department, they are not being well informed about this. Okay? They are not being well informed. There is a reason for that actually. Okay, before I go to that, the construction workers with long exposure to sunlight and also UV radiation may likely cause numerous eye-related problems in the long run. This is the category that I mentioned to you that they don't realize it until the contract ended. Suddenly, they found out they have an eye-related problem, myopic, cataract, cancer even, okay, as a result of construction industry. And some people do not realize, myself being in the safety and health, right? Some people do not realize that exposure to high decibels of noise, piling and everything, the vibration can also affect your sight as well. Not only your hearing, although you're wearing personal protective equipment for your ears, but long exposure to noise at a certain high level of decibel will also create a vibration in your eyeballs as well. I've seen cases. This is only awareness. Okay, typical employment regulation. What you have signed up for. Have you ever read your employment regulation? What do they say about eye and dental treatment? It's not the employer's problem, it's your problem. They don't cover it in the medical expenses. So this has to change. Even diabetic treatment, some employers do not cover that in their employment regulations. Alright, you are expected to get your own insurance or spend your own expenses on eye treatment. Why can't employers, take care of this? They should. Now we have virtual reality, we have augmented reality, we have mixed reality, people wearing headset in architecture, design, simulations. What would be the effects of these new technologies to our eyes? So in oil and gas, they are using this for training simulations before people go to work. But how about the effects of it? Has there been any study? Maybe. Do we know about it? No. Alright. So these are some of the very important things that we should be aware about. I always say it is very important to prevent rather than cure. As I mentioned just now, people only go to the counselors when they have problems. Why not we have a sort of orientation whereby they get to know the counselor and the counselor get to know, right? So she knows what are the problems in the industry that people do not expose so much on counseling. But they did mention coaching and counseling, but no counseling involved, right? I do not know, maybe extra cost, maybe other things. Okay, with that, I thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. You will have any questions?
Thank you so much, Mr. Lei. I think the question from my side, I think it's quite to be think of, because the thing that you give us the clue, the monitoring from the end, it's very precise and we really appreciate it. Give it up for Mr. Lee from the end. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee.